Hello and welcome to I-24 News Sports Daily Magazine with all the latest scores and stories from around the world. And there's plenty of action coming up after an exciting weekend. Real Madrid take home another trophy. American athletes are making sure their voices are heard. Lindsey Vonn is back on track after her injury, winning her second race of the season. And the king of surf, Kelly Slater, is dethroned. All this and much more coming up, so let's get going. Back in May, Real Madrid took home the Champions League trophy with 3 shocking goals in extra time and gave themselves the opportunity to bring home another title. On Saturday, they faced off against San Lorenzo in the Club World Cup finals and checked off another victory in their books. Michael Friedman reports.
European champions Real Madrid took on the Copa Libertadores winners San Lorenzo in the Club World Cup final in Marrakesh on Saturday. FIFA President Sepp Blatter was among many in attendance, but all the focus was on the field. With Madrid's speed down the pitch, Gareth Bale got the ball, but his shot would be stopped by the San Lorenzo goalkeeper Sebastian Tarrico to set up a corner kick. Toni Kroos had a lovely cross to Sergio Ramos, who leaped up into the air and put the Spanish side up 1-0 to finish the first half. Real Madrid came out after the break strong and in control. With the loosely marked box, Bale slipped the ball past the keeper, which proved to be enough, giving his side a 2-0 victory over the South American champions. As the final whistle blew, the Los Blancos celebrated and the Welsh goal scorer was happy with his side's result.
It's been an amazing season for us and amazing year for us. So yeah, hopefully there's still more to come. There's still a lot to play for this season and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
German World Cup winner Toni Kroos is coming out a true champion in 2014.
I think this year for me especially was absolutely perfect. Yeah, and I was able to win the World Cup, and now it's a great end of a great year.
Ramos grabbed the award for player of the tournament as Real Madrid lifted the trophy and will now carry their 22-game winning run into 2015.
Now to another Spanish giant. Israeli media reports Barcelona may cut ties with its Qatari sponsor at the end of the 2015-16 season when the deal expires. The team originally signed the $200 million controversial sponsorship deal with Qatar at the end of 2010, and the partnership is reportedly ending because of concerns of terrorist connections. And according to Yahoo News, the relationship between the two has ruffled the feathers of club purists from the beginning. Qatar is also facing harsh criticism over slave-like working conditions in preparation for the 2022 World Cup, making it even more shaky for a team like Barca to continue the partnership. And over in the Bundesliga, second place Wolfsburg sealed another victory over Köln at home. However, it wasn't easy for them as they trailed early in the match after the ball fell to Dominic Moreau, who powered a volley past Diego Benaglio. The lead wouldn't last long, though, as Wolfsburg responded just about 5 minutes later as Bas Dost touched home Sebastian Jung's cross from close range. But the home side would snatch the game winner with 12 minutes from full time as Brazilian defender Naldo rose high to head the ball from Kevin De Bruyne's corner. Wolfsburg celebrated the 2-1 victory over Köln. And Manchester United's winning streak came to an end on Saturday after drawing 1-1 against 10-man Aston Villa at Villa Park. After the match, manager Louis van Gaal highlighted the importance of these types of games and said he believes his team was the better one.
We dropped 2 points. We were the better team, I think. And that's frustrating when you are the better team and you don't win these kind of games. When you want to be a part of the title race, then you have to win these games.
Meanwhile, Southampton ended their own streak. Ronald Koeman's side beat Everton comfortably 3-0, ending a 5-game losing streak and keeping them 5th in the league. The Saints' win handed Everton their 3rd away league loss. Southampton's Koeman says the win comes from changes in the system.
We had a great, unbelievable spirit today. We changed the system. I think it's always important if you change the system, the players needs to be comfortable in that system. And we spoke about that. We had 2 sessions to do that in a different way than usually. And we had a good organization. And I think the key to win today was the win the battles on midfield.
And other scores from this weekend in the Premier League. Manchester City went level with Chelsea after the 3-0 win against Crystal Palace. Tottenham beat bottom of the table Burnley, and West Ham stayed in the top 4 with their win over Leicester. Playing football or any other game takes a lot of concentration, and even more when playing on a platform on stilts above the sea. One Thai Fishing Village's football team does just that, and their unique pitch has even drawn tourists to their floating field. Here's more.
This floating football pitch in southern Thailand is unforgiving. Any mistake and the game has to stop. But since being built, it has helped transform the island community of Panyi. The first version of the pitch was constructed nearly 30 years ago, but was made of wood and was even harder to play on, so the local kids at the time had to look elsewhere.
In the past, I played on a sand beach over there. We had to take the boat there to practice. Then we came back to the island and played on a small floating wooden pitch, where we had to avoid nails coming up. It was risky and dangerous, but we had to play on it because we had no pitch.
This latest nail-free incarnation was created in 2010 as part of an advertising campaign by a Thai bank. And since the ad was aired, it's become increasingly popular with tourists. And that has helped local restaurants and businesses flourish and stopped all the young migrating to the mainland in search of work.
Jobs here are better than on the mainland. The young can find money easier here. They can earn thousands of baht driving canoes. They've got good incomes. There have been a lot of people from outside who've moved here.
The population of the island has increased by a third in the past decade. New structures are constantly springing up. And despite the fact the island now has a concrete pitch with netting around it, the island's chief is keen to maintain the floating version.
I think we should keep the football pitch for our children and grandchildren, because we can say that the floating pitch is unique to the village.
Having to twist and turn and keep the ball close has undoubtedly helped the football team improve their skills, as a small mistake can mean a trip into the water. The village team has won several league titles, a success story both on and off the pitch.
And boxing legend Muhammad Ali was hospitalized with a mild case of pneumonia and is in stable condition. An Ali spokesman said it was caught early enough and it will result only in a short hospital stay. No other details about his condition are being released because the family asked for privacy. Ali's public appearances have dwindled in recent years as the 3-time world heavyweight champ battles Parkinson's disease. And over in the NBA, the Pelicans hosting the Portland Trail Blazers, who just won a big-time OT game against San Antonio. New Orleans coming off an impressive win of their own against Houston and wearing red on their home court as they started off with a flash of showtime, lob to Anthony Davis, beautiful backwards dunk, and he'll draw the foul. 3-point play for the big guy. But the rest of the game wasn't too flashy for the Pelicans. Nicholas Batum with the steal, open basket for the easy dunk. And late in the third, Portland will be up by 26, and Damian Lillard hits the triple from way behind the line. Makes that one look a lot easier than it actually is. But in the fourth quarter, Pelicans still trailing by nearly 30 points, and it gets uglier. Blazers get a fast break opportunity. CJ McCollum can't take advantage of it, misses the layup, but Thomas Robinson is there to clean up after him. Trailblazers win this one 114-88. And the recent wave of racial tensions in the United States made its way to the football field and the basketball courts over the past few weeks, with some of the biggest names in sports making a stand against some of the biggest social issues in the U.S. Liz Ballenbaum and Daniel Roth report.
It all started with Derrick Rose in a simple black t-shirt. On Saturday, December 6th, the leader of the Chicago Bulls hit the court for pregame warm-ups wearing an unusual outfit, a shirt with 3 simple words: "I can't breathe." The last words spoken by Eric Garner, a black man who died from being put in a chokehold by a police officer last July in New York. An event that, along with several other police brutality cases, woke old demons of American society.
This tragedy is raising a lot of tough questions. There's tremendous resolve here in this city to answer those questions, to get it right, to move forward.
Earlier in the month, a grand jury decided not to charge the officer responsible. Protests began throughout the country, and Eric Garner's last words became a slogan against racial discrimination.
That message is all life matters. And until the federal government does something about it, we gonna march, we gonna protest, we gonna lie down, we gonna sit down, we gonna stand in the way till we get justice.
LeBron James and his Cleveland Cavaliers teammates also took the plunge by displaying those words on their chest just before a game against the Brooklyn Nets on December 8th. Their opponents, the Nets, did the same.
Our society must do better. We need to behave better with each other, no matter the color.
The Association Justice League New York City has guided this stand to get a message to a large audience, and it became an even larger audience since Prince William and his wife Kate were at the game. The day after the meeting, rapper Jay-Z ordered another carton to an unknown destination. A few hours later, several Lakers players, including Kobe Bryant, put on the same t-shirts. In the NFL, the American Football League, St. Louis Rams players displayed the slogan as defender David Joseph published a photo of his shoes with the slogan written on them. Some of his teammates also took the field with both hands held high, echoing the "hands up, don't shoot" that resounded in the streets of Ferguson after the death of Michael Brown. Athletes taking a stand goes back to 1968 when African-American athletes Tommy Smith and John Carlos took the podium in the 200-meter in Mexico City Olympics with a black glove fist raised, a rallying sign of the civil rights movement at the time. The NBA did not undertake disciplinary action against its players, and the mobilization of black athletes could last long because some NBA giants seemed to breathe.
And some extreme sports over the weekend, and for the first time ever, Istanbul hosted the Snowboard World Cup. 10,000 people came to take in the action at the Turkish Technical University Stadium. And in the men's big air event, Sepp Smits won his second career win by throwing down a cab 1260 double cork Indy and a backside 1080 double cork nose. He was awarded 183 points out of a maximum of 200. And on the women's side, Ty Walker took the top spot by less than a point over the runner-up, Swiss Sina Kondrian. And from snowboarding in Istanbul to skiing in China, Beijing turned the famed Olympics Bird's Nest Stadium into an FIS freestyle venue for the Aerial World Cup opener. And the competition put 23-year-old Ilya Burov on the map with 114.48 points. He was on his way to his first ever podium appearance in third place, right behind Russian teammate Pavel Krotov. But it was China who won big at home. Kui Guangpu took the top spot with 125.34 points. And in the women's event, Zhu Mintagu earned first place with a double full jump, earning 95.88 points. And it seems like Lindsey Vonn returned from injury just a few days ago, but the 30-year-old looked in top form in Val d'Isère. The American won her second World Cup downhill race of the season, less than a month since her first victory after injury in Lake Louise. Vonn won her 61st World Cup, just one shy of the all-time record. But troubles for others on the slope. Lot Smits and Sergested and Marusa Felk both crashed out of the competition. But enough of the snow. To the shores of Oahu, Hawaii, there's a new champ in town. Gabriel Medina was runner-up to Australia's Julian Wilson at the Pipe Masters over the weekend, but that was enough for him to win Brazil's first world surfing title. Medina already won the title earlier in the day after the only other title contender, Australian Mick Fanning, was eliminated. The 20-year-old is the first to win the world crown since Kelly Slater won his first title in 1992, also age 20, both of them doing at the youngest age. After claiming victory, Medina was swamped on the beach by Brazilian fans.
I don't know what to say right now. I have a great support here. Alejo just helping me now, and I just love the crowd, I love the sport, and everything pays off right now.
And getting ready for the Olympics in Rio, and the first time rugby sevens will be played at the Games. In order to prepare for inclusion of the game, the Brazilian Rugby Union hosted a beach rugby tournament to help the growing movement. Both men and women's teams from Brazil, Argentina, and Italy played in fast-paced round matches. Alongside the tournament was a festival teaching kids from Rio the basics of rugby. More than 46,000 kids in Brazil have been introduced to the game over the last 2 years. And an embarrassing moment for the Calgary Flames in the NHL. Playing at the Vancouver Canucks on Saturday at 4:40 in the first period, the Flames on the offensive, but somehow managed to turn around and scored on their own net. The Flames pulled their goaltender for an extra skater, and while Jonas Hiller was on the bench, Mason Raymond missed a pass coming his way, and the puck banked off the boards, headed straight to the back of the net. The game would eventually go into overtime, and the Flames lost by a single point. And that's all for us for today. Don't forget, you can watch this show and every other show on our website, i24news.tv. We're also on Facebook and Twitter, i24news in English. I'm Rob Savir. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.